Hello. You know what are equivalent systems? You know that a force can be replaced by infinite equivalent systems. But when you replace a force by equivalent two forces which are perpendicular to each other, that is resolution of the force into rectangular components. Now, while solving problems on coplanar system of forces, you will need a resolution of a force into components, one along x-axis and the other one along y-axis. So in this video, that is exactly what we are going to practice. Resolution of a force into rectangular components, that is resolution of a force or replacement of a force by two forces, one along x-axis and the other one along y-axis. Let's proceed. F acting at point O. It makes angle theta with the horizontal. Now with the force F as hypotenuse, I have created a rectangle. Two sides of the rectangle are along x-axis and y-axis. Now I am showing two forces along two sides of the rectangle containing point O. By law of parallelogram of forces, now we can see that force F is resultant of these two forces, or the two forces along sides of the rectangle are components of force F. Now you know that when you construct a parallelogram of vectors, length of the sides of the parallelogram are proportional to magnitude of corresponding vectors. This length represents a magnitude F. So by geometry of right angled triangle, we can see that this horizontal component length is magnitude of the horizontal component. It is F cos theta. And the other component is F sin theta. Opposite to angle theta side is sine component, F sin theta. Remember now, adjacent to the angle component is cos component. Now here is the same force F that makes angle theta with x-axis. Now here I am drawing another system of forces that consists F cos theta and F sin theta. Now from this diagram we know that these two systems are equivalent. So when you replace this force by these two forces, then it is resolution of force into rectangular component. Now one instruction, when you know angle of force with x-axis, then you know the angle of force with y-axis also. This angle is 90 minus theta. But my suggestion is you insert angle either with x-axis or with y-axis. Don't insert both the angles. Now watch here. Here is the force that makes angle theta with horizontal, and I have shown components of the force F cos theta and F sin theta. Now it is the same force, but in this case I am showing angle of force with y-axis. So when you are using angle with y-axis, then y component is cos component and x component is sin component. So now here y component is cos component. Here adjacent to the angle component is x component, and that is cos component. Here adjacent to the angle phi component is cos component, and this component is sin component. Now watch here. At four different points, point A, point B, point C and point D, there are four forces on one on each point I have shown in the diagram. So all these four forces we say are completely defined. For all the forces, magnitude, direction and points of application are known. Now first of all, try to understand, in a plane infinite directions are possible, but each direction in single plane can be defined using combination of two directions, one along x-axis, the other one along y-axis. For example, in practice, when we say or when we define a direction as northeast direction. Means it is direction in between north and east. It is combination of north and east direction. Similarly, we can define this direction, focus on the arrowhead, and we can define this direction as rightwards upwards. When you move in this direction, check here that red dot is moving rightwards simultaneously upwards. So this direction is rightwards upwards. This direction is leftwards upwards. Direction of this 50 Newton force is leftwards downwards, and direction of this 25 Newton force is rightwards downwards. Also remember now, it is not necessary to show angle always with x axis. You may show angle in the diagram with y axis. So show angle of inclined forces either with x axis or with y axis. Now what is this direction? Rightwards upwards. What is this direction? Leftwards upwards. What is this direction? Leftwards downwards. And what is this direction? Rightwards downwards. When you say that this force is rightwards upwards, that means its horizontal component is rightwards and vertical component is upwards. When you show this, when you say that this force is leftwards upwards, its horizontal component is leftwards and vertical component is upwards. So this force is rightwards and upwards. This force is leftwards and upwards. This force is leftwards and downwards. And this force is rightwards and downwards. Now very important, this force is rightwards upwards, you have identified from this arrow. So it means it was not necessary to show these components. You know direction of component just by looking at the arrowhead of original force, remember. So actually while solving problem, it is unnecessary to show horizontal vertical components of each and every force. Right now I am showing these components because we are practicing the components. Now instead of drawing these xy components, you must be able to visualize the xy components. Okay. Now I have told you that adjacent to angle component is cos component. So here adjacent to 40 degrees angle component is cos 40 component. So this is 35 cos 40 Newton. And this component is 35 sin 40. Here adjacent to the angle component means vertical component is cos of this angle. So the other component is sin component. Now be sure you have understood why here horizontal component is cos and why here horizontal component is sin. So I have told you that adjacent to the angle component is cos. When you resolve a force into rectangular component, when you resolve a force along x-axis and y-axis, remember adjacent to the angle component has cos of that angle factor. So this is 35 cos 40, and here vertical component, because angle is with the vertical axis, it is 40 cos 60. Now in this case adjacent to the angle component is cos component. So 50 cos 75 Newton, and this vertical component is 50 sin 75. Now tell me here, out of these two components, which component is cos 30 component? Of course, adjacent to the angle component. So this horizontal component is 25 cos 30 and vertical component is therefore sin component. Remember once again, it is not necessary to show components in the diagram. We can identify components by just looking at the force. Now watch here, there are so many forces I have shown, and point of application of each and every force is clearly defined. What is direction of this force? Rightwards upwards. Just look at the arrowhead of each force and you know the direction of the force. Now using two directions, one along x-axis and the other one along y-axis, we'll try to define direction of these forces. This force is rightwards upwards. watch here, this red dot is moving rightwards and upwards simultaneously. When this red dot moves in the direction of force, it is moving rightwards and upwards simultaneously. So what is this direction? Rightwards, upwards. So similarly, now you tell me and speak loudly those directions. Tell me, what is this direction? Leftwards, upwards. What is this direction? Rightwards, downwards. What is direction of this 50 Newton force? Leftwards, downwards. What is direction of this force? It is leftwards, upwards. Remember, I am not asking you whether this force is on the right side of y-axis or left side of y-axis. Also, I am not asking whether this force vector is above x-axis or below x-axis. I am talking about direction. And when you move this, when you move in the direction of this force, you will find that you are moving leftwards and upwards simultaneously. So this direction is leftwards, upwards. Similarly, this direction is rightwards, downwards, and this direction is downwards. When we solve problem, we need all x components or x components of all forces simultaneously or at a time. And also, we require y components of all forces simultaneously. How we add forces? So simple, we add x components and we add y components. You know that force is a vector quantity. You cannot add just magnitudes of all these forces. If I ask you to add these forces, you should add x components of all these forces separately and y components of all these forces. While solving problem, you need x components of all forces at a time and y components of all forces at a time. So remember, now we'll have some practice of identifying only x components. Now our focus is on x components of all these forces. Now when you want to know x components of all forces, just focus on horizontal direction of force. What does that mean? Listen, this 35 Newton force is rightwards, upwards, but focus on only its horizontal direction and it is rightwards. So if I ask you what is horizontal direction of this 35 Newton force, it is rightwards. Similarly, now tell me, what is horizontal direction of this 40 Newton force? Leftwards. What is horizontal direction of this 45 Newton force? Rightwards. What is horizontal direction of this 50 Newton force? Leftwards. What is horizontal direction of this 25 Newton force? Rightwards. What is horizontal direction of 53 Newton force? It is leftwards. And horizontal direction of 15 Newton force, so this 15 Newton force is neither rightwards nor leftwards. Look at the force and you know whether the force is rightwards or leftwards. This force is rightwards, this is leftwards, this force is rightwards, this force is leftwards, this force is leftwards, this force is rightwards. And remember, universally accepted sign conventions along x-axis are rightwards positive, leftwards negative. So that means focus only on x components. Rightwards is synonymous to positive and leftwards is synonymous to negative. So tell me, in terms of positive, negative, not rightwards, leftwards, use these words now, positive, negative, and tell me x component of 35 Newton force, positive or negative? Positive. X component of 40 Newton force is negative. X component of 45 Newton force is positive. Rightwards, so we say positive. This leftwards means negative. It's leftwards, negative. It's rightwards, positive. And neither rightwards nor leftwards. So that means this force has no x component. This force, now my question is upwards or downwards? So upwards. Actually this force, 35 Newton force, is rightwards and upwards. But when you are interested in y component, simply ask yourself one question, whether the force is upwards or downwards. and you will get the answer. It is upwards. Upwards positive, downwards negative are universally accepted sign convention. So this force is upwards. This force is downwards. Focus on the arrowhead. When you move in the direction of arrow, you are moving downwards. You just think about vertical direction, whether upwards or downwards. So this force downwards. Now this force downwards. This force is downwards and this force is upwards. So have you understood that it's not necessary to show the components? Just watch the diagram and you know the components. My suggestion is, listen, don't show components while solving problems on coplanar system of forces. Don't show components of forces along x-axis and along y-axis in space diagram or in free body diagram. That is because when you focus on arrowhead of a vector, immediately you will come to know about directions of components. So it's unnecessary to show components in the diagram. For example, if there are 10 forces acting on a body, that is in the free body diagram or in space diagram, you have drawn 10 force vectors. And for each force vector, when you show its horizontal and vertical components, then you will show 20 more force vectors in the same diagram. So altogether there will be 30 vectors in the diagram. That diagram, instead of helping you to solve problem, there is possibility that the diagram will confuse you while solving the problems. So remember this instruction. Do not show horizontal vertical components or xy components of forces in space diagram or in free body diagram. Now let's add horizontal component of all the forces, sigma, summation sign is used here, sigma fx or summation fx. Sum of x component, sum of x components of all forces in the system. So let's write a statement to add x components of all the forces. So one by one we'll consider all the forces. But remember, we are not going to show components in the diagram. 35 cos 40. Angle is used with x-axis, so x component is cos component. And the force is rightwards, that's why positive sign here. 40 sin 50. This force is leftwards, that is why negative sign. And we are using angle with y-axis, so it means its y component must be cos 50, x component is sin 50. So tell me, what is this direction? Rightwards. When I ask you direction, we are writing x component, so tell me only horizontal direction, so rightwards. And that means positive, its x component is positive and angle we are using with horizontal or with x-axis, so x component is cos of that angle. So positive 45 cos 30. This force is leftwards, so negative, and we are using angle with x-axis. So x component is cos 65. So negative 50 cos 65. So now this force, 25 Newton force, it is rightwards, that's why it's positive, and it makes angle 30 degrees with x-axis, so x component is cos component. Now this force, it is leftwards, that's why negative, we are using angle with y-axis, so we should write its y component cos, so x component is sin 25. And 15 Newton force is neither rightwards nor leftwards, so its x component is 0. So this statement is addition of x components of all forces. Calculations are no problems at all because you are using calculators. You are going to use calculators in exam also. So calculations are no problem. When you write this statement on paper, be sure that you have taken care of positive negative sign. Just focus on arrowhead. Watch here. This force is rightwards, that's why positive. This force is leftwards, that's why negative sign. This force is rightwards, that's why positive. This force 50 Newton is leftwards, that's why negative. Also be sure that when to use cos and when to use sine, you are writing x components of all forces. So if in diagram angle is with x axis, then components are cos, x components are cos. Now let's write y components. Try to understand. Now you should understand, just look at the force and you know whether y component positive or negative. Upwards positive, downwards negative. So 35 Newton force, upwards positive. 40 Newton force, upwards positive. 45 Newton force, downwards negative. Downwards negative. 53 upwards positive. 25 downwards negative. 15 downwards negative. So simple, just focus whether on vertical direction, upwards positive, downwards negative. In no time you must be able to write sum of all forces along y axis. And if angle is with x axis, then you should write y component sine. Now sum of all vertical components, sigma Fy. 35 sine 40. Tell me, why positive sign? So because this 35 Newton force is upwards, simple. And y component is sine component, because in the diagram angle is with x axis, so it should be x component cos. So y component is sine. So that is what we have mentioned here. This force is upwards, that's why positive, and we are using angle with y axis, so y component is cos of that angle. So 40 cos 50. This force is downwards, that's why negative, and we are using angle in the diagram with x axis for this force. So y component is sine of that angle. So here x component is cos, that means y component is sine. Watch here. Negative sign. Why? It's downwards. And we are using angle with x axis. So 50 sine 65. 25 sine 30. Negative because it is downwards and angle is with x axis, so y component is sine. 53 cos 25. Positive sign because it is upwards and we are using angle with y axis, that's why it's cos 25. And here it is 15 Newton force downwards. 15 Newton force downwards. So in this video, we practiced resolution of force along x axis and y axis. This is very important. If you make mistakes in resolving forces along x axis and y axis, you will not able to add forces correctly. You must be very fast in resolving forces along x axis and y axis. It should not be your problem. And resolving forces along x axis and y axis, that is not problems on mechanics. Remember, that is what you should know before you start solving problems in mechanics. Thank you.